There are 4 reasons why public engagement is so important at MLW. The first and most important is the ethical requirement that volunteers in research studies understand what they're doing. Many of the communities among which we work have limited scientific education or experience, and so communication of what we intend to do is really, really important, and careful listening to make sure people consent is equally important. Next, after we do research, it is of great value to us and to research generally that we communicate our results back. And what happens when we report results back to a community is that we also learn what their next priorities for research are. So our third reason for public engagement is to listen to the community about what their priorities are for future research. And our final reason that community engagement is so important is that we wish to recruit researchers of the future. These comes from high schools, from universities, and from existing research students, and we want to convince them to make their career researching health matters relevant to Malawi.
Welcome to Science Communication, and my name is Roderick Sambakunsi. I am the team leader. Our initiatives currently are focusing on 2 aspects: communications, which is mainly focusing on sharing of information and improving the visibility of MLW. The second aspect is the public engagement, which is basically rooted in a 2-way communication. All these initiatives are run by an experienced team of 7 members, which include Pauline Logan, who is responsible for communications, Elvis Moyo, Kirsten Nkola, and Yamigan Dixon are responsible for the public and community engagement. And Rachel Muhango is responsible for the media engagement, while Regina Makwinja is responsible for the monitoring and evaluation. In this short video, we are going to show you some of the initiatives that we are currently implementing. I hope you will enjoy it.
I work under the Science Communication Department, where we are running a project called the Samara Moyo exhibition. The exhibition has 2 components. These are the permanent exhibition and the outreach exhibition. So at our permanent exhibition, schools do come and community-based organizations in Blantyre Urban to view or to visit our exhibition, where they learn different things in terms of our research and general information on health and other diseases. They also have a chance to interact with a researcher or a scientist, where they can ask general questions and specific questions in terms of the topics that have been discussed. When we go for an outreach visit, like the one we are at now in Chikwawa, we visit schools in the morning and we visit communities in the afternoon, whereby in the schools we bring different science teaching and learning aids for the students to use. And this helps the students to do what we call hands-on learning, which is more of a student-centered approach, and it also helps teachers to practice how best they can teach sciences using objects. During the community meetings, we display different exhibits where we discuss with the community members on different diseases and even research that is done by MLW and health research in general. So we invite community members from villages close to the schools that we visited in the morning, where we discuss health, and it's more of an interactive platform where we discuss health and research.
My work involves internal and external communications. On internal communications, the first one is staff forums. All members of staff convene to discuss the affairs of MLW, to get updates from senior staff and also to get updates from the staff representatives. We also discuss the research projects that are going on at that particular time. I also work on the newsletter, which is edited by various scientists and other members of staff. It provides an opportunity to get creative and to take pictures of all the events that are happening at MLW and share with everyone so that we can be at par on what we are all doing here at MLW. On the screen project, we have 2 screens. One is at the reception and the other one is at the cafeteria. The screen at the project is used to share latest publications, events, other stories that might be of interest to all members of staff and any other visitors that may come at MLW. The screen at the cafeteria is used to show films of all projects that are under MLW. On the external communications, we are developing a communication strategy which we will be using by the end of this year.
So basically my role is to make sure that we have a strong working relationship with the different groups and communities in the areas where our research is taking place. So we are here where we're going to have a community film show, and it talks more about the research that we did in their local community. Community film show. It's an activity that we, scaled up when we got the public engagement grant, and this is one of the activities that has gained popularity in different communities where our studies are taking place. You talk of children, you talk of women who mostly participate in research, and also more importantly, you talk of men who are decision makers whenever it comes to participation in research. Men like watching videos here in Malawi, and this is one of the ways whereby we invite them to come and know more about research through the videos.
As a media relations officer, we have 2 major projects. That's Journalist in Residence and a radio program called Umoyo Unkokambirana. The aim behind the radio program is to reach out to communities that we cannot reach out to, communities that are far, that we can actually reach out to them on radio. We aim at communicating science, clinical research, and health in general. And we normally do it through MBC Radio 1, that's Malawi Broadcasting Corporation, that's where we are. We involve our researchers at Malawi Liverpool Wellcome Trust, researchers at Malawi at the College of Medicine, and also doctors at Queen Elizabeth, and whoever that can actually talk about a certain theme that we are discussing at that particular time. The aim is for them to communicate in a language that our communities will be able to understand. And we also have a component whereby we involve the communities. They actually produce plays and songs that are related to the theme that we are discussing at that particular time. But also in the program, we give them about 20 to 25 minutes, more especially the listeners, to ask questions directly to the researcher that is tackling the theme at that particular time. And the other thing that we do in terms of media relations is journalists in residence. We recruit journalists from different media stations. Right now we have about 11 journalists that are attached to different themes that MLW is actually conducting its research. So a journalist is attached to a particular theme for about 3 months, and they write stories about that project. Let's say if they're attached to lung health, that means they'll be writing stories about lung health for 3 months. After 3 months, we conduct an evaluation process, and then at that particular time, we repair them with another grouping. So they keep on changing from this group to another group up until the end of the year. The aim is to make sure that we reach out to each and every individual, wherever they are, whatever they like, so that they get the message clear in terms of health, clinical research, and science. The main aim is for them to understand what clinical research is, so that when researchers go into their communities, they should be willing to take part in clinical research.
My work basically is looking at are we achieving our objectives. We know for every project we have things that we want to happen within the project and other positive things, but we want to see our set objectives, are they met? So we have a lot of things that we do around M&E. That's monitoring and evaluation. We do focus group discussions with communities. We do surveys, we do exhibition games, we do interviews. We also seek views from the listeners, because we also have the radio program. And we also have, sometimes we also have informal chats. For example, when we have a finding that affects the radio program, then I work hand in hand with the producer of the program. I give out the comments from the people, I give out the report, so that we shape up our program. We also get sometimes we get out the frontline messages or the questions from the public that also shape up our programs, whether in community engagement as a whole, or the radio program, or the exhibition program. What I make sure is that at the end of the day, each and every data that is collected is used, and the programmers, the program coordinators know what is happening within their particular program.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. All these wouldn't have been possible without the support that Wellcome Trust has given us over the years. It is our sincere hope that Wellcome Trust will continue to support us as we strive to make public engagement an integral part of Wellcome Trust's existence. Our aim in the next 5 years or so is to continue building on the projects that are existing currently, but also develop more creative partnerships, but also improve the capacity of our researchers and the science communication team, while all these being supported by a strong monitoring and evaluation strategy. I would like to thank you once again. Thank you.